Your legs file a report on your heart every single day, and most people over 50 never read it. Press a finger into your ankle right now, hold it for 5 seconds, and let go. Look at what the skin does. Remember it, because by the end of this video, that little patch of skin will tell you more about your circulation than you expect. I track my own numbers every morning: blood pressure, resting heart rate, blood sugar, and the lesson that keeps repeating is this: the body warns you early, quietly, and usually somewhere you're not looking. Today, we're looking at the place your heart shows strain first for many people: your legs. 7 warning signs hiding in plain sight. And the 7th is the one that surprises people most, because you can measure it yourself tonight with nothing but your own hands. First, why the legs? Your heart pushes blood through a closed loop, and your feet sit at the far end of that loop, the longest round trip in your body. Blood down there has to climb back up against gravity through veins, helped by every step you take. When the pump weakens or the pipes narrow, the far end of the system feels it first. After 50, the margin shrinks. A younger body quietly works around a weak spot for years. An older body posts the notice sooner, and it posts it low. Sign 1. Swelling that leaves a mark. Kick off your socks tonight and look at the line they left. A faint line that fades in minutes is normal. A deep groove that stays on both legs evening after evening can mean fluid is pooling because the heart is not moving it well. Doctors call it edema. My neighbor called it new socks with tight elastic for almost a year. The clue that finally sent him to his doctor was the finger test you just did. You pressed his ankle, the dent stayed, and his doctor found the fluid was backing up from a heart that needed help. Caught early, managed early. Sign 2. The cramp with an off switch. A normal muscle cramp is random. It comes at night. It comes after a hard day. It stretches out. But there's a cramp with a pattern. It grips your calf when you walk, always around the same distance, and it releases within minutes when you stop. Walk again, it returns on schedule. That pattern has a name, and it can mean the arteries feeding your legs have narrowed, a condition called peripheral artery disease. Here is why that matters far beyond your legs. The same process that narrows leg arteries tends to be at work in heart arteries too. A cramp with a distance and an off switch is worth a conversation with your doctor, and it is a conversation many people delay for years because it just feels like getting old. Sign 3. The hair that left on its own. Look at your shins. If the hair on them has thinned or vanished over the years, and you did not shave it, notice where it happened. Hair follicles are small and hungry, and when circulation to the skin runs short, they're among the first tenants to move out. Smooth, shiny, hairless patches on the shins can be a quiet sign that blood supply down there has been rationed for a while. On its own, it proves nothing. Next to the other signs on this list, it starts to tell a story. Sign 4. One cold foot. Cold feet in winter are ordinary. The sign that matters is asymmetry. One foot that runs colder than the other again and again suggests the supply line on that side may be narrower. Do the check now. Press the top of each foot with the back of your hand and compare sides. Your 2 feet share the same room and the same socks. They should share the same temperature. Sign 5. The color change with position. Circulation trouble often shows itself when you change your leg's altitude. Raise a leg, and skin that goes unusually pale is telling you blood struggled to climb. Hang the leg down, and skin that flushes a deep red is telling you blood rushed in and pulled. Healthy legs shift position without a costume change. Legs starved for flow, put on a show. If you see that show, describe it to your doctor exactly that way. Pale up, red down. That phrase points them straight. Well, they need a look. Sign 6. The night pain the dangle relieves. Ordinary night cramps stretch out, but some people wake with an aching foot or forefoot that only settles when they hang the leg off the side of the bed. Gravity becomes the medicine because it pulls blood down into tissue that is not getting enough on its own. If dangling your leg is the only thing that quiets the pain, that detail is worth repeating to a doctor word for word. It is one of the most specific stories a leg can tell. In sign 7, the one I said would surprise you. Your leg runs a free 2-part circulation check, and you can read it tonight. Part 1 you already did. The ankle press. 5 seconds of pressure, then watch. Skin that springs back flat is moving fluid well. A dent that lingers is worth logging. Part 2 is the foot pulse. There's a spot on the top of your foot, roughly in line with your big toe, where an artery runs close to the skin. Rest 2 fingers there lightly in a warm room and be patient. Finding a steady beat is good news about the road from your heart to your feet. Struggling to find it on one side when the other side is easy. That difference is information. Not a diagnosis, information. Doctors check this exact spot in exams for a reason. So here is the framework, and it takes 5 minutes a week. Look, socks off, good light, both legs, shins and ankles and feet. Press. The ankle test, 5 seconds both sides. Compare. Temperature, color, hair, always side against side, because your best reference point is your own other leg. Photograph. Take one picture of your ankles tonight, because these changes creep slowly and memory is a poor witness. Log it beside your blood pressure and your morning heart rate, the way I log mine. One odd finding once means very little. The same finding week after week, or 2 signs together, is your cue to book a visit and bring your notes. Do not diagnose yourself. Notice, write it down, and speak up. That last part is the step most people skip. Your heart does not send letters. It sends signals, and it sends them to the far end of the line first. The report has been filed at your ankles every day for years. Tonight, 5 seconds of pressure, you finally read it.